You know, watching this World Cup, I noticed something very, very impressive in this tournament. The Spanish defense was absolutely incredible. The partnership that we saw between Pau Cubarsi and Aymeric Laporte was absolutely incredible, conceding only one goal throughout this tournament. It was absolutely unbelievable what we witnessed. And they were complementing each other, the perfect duo, and they were moving absolutely insane. And what it really got to me watching this was what I saw about a few weeks ago when we saw that Aymeric Laporte was being linked to Barcelona. There was a lot of talk of him potentially being offered to us, right? There was talks that his agent was offering his services to the club. And there was some inkling that apparently Barcelona might be interested in looking at the potential of bringing him in. And watching this World Cup and seeing that partnership he had with Pau Kobashi, I have to say, a part of me, I'm interested. I'm very impressed. And in my opinion, I think that if Barcelona can bring in Aymeric Laporte, I am all for it. I am 100% for it. I know there's going to be some Barca fans who are going to be less optimistic. They're going to say, but Aymeric Laporte, he's not the same player that he used to be. He's not at a good age. He's not that good of a player. He's a short-term solution and all this talk. And in this video, I'm going to give you guys my reasons to why I think that Aymeric Laporte is actually perfect for Barcelona. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar Talks Barca. Big up to every single one of you guys every single time. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Aymeric Laporte. He is a player who has a lot of experience. Incredible player. Multiple time league champion, did it at both Athletic Bilbao and Manchester City. At one point, many people considered him the best or second best defender in the world, only behind a prime Virgil van Dijk. So Aymeric Laporte, this player has been around and he has played at the top level. He has done it with some of the most incredible clubs, not to mention even in Saudi. But obviously things have changed now. He is not the player that he used to be. But this tournament, watching him in the World Cup and seeing the fact that he's been linked to Barcelona has been giving me a lot of pondering to do. And in my opinion, the reason why I was pondering this move when we were being linked to Aymeric Laporte and not completely shutting it down, it's because when you look at this Barcelona team, what is this defense missing? What is this defense missing, ladies and gentlemen? This defense is missing one thing. It's missing an experience. It is missing a leader. It is missing a player who doesn't buckle under big moments. We've seen in the last 2 years in the Champions League how going forward, we've been absolutely incredible. Scoring goals. The attack has never been the problem. But defense, in the most important moments, in the most crucial moments, in the moments that we need the most, they always go missing. And it's because of that I was looking at it and I was telling people what we need in this backline is to have that experienced man against the inexperience of players like Kobashi and Eric Garcia. And this is why we've seen Kobashi in this tournament, the way he's been playing. He has been an absolute revelation. And a big part of that was the link up with Laporte. This is not the first time we've seen this from Kobashi. Let me remind you all, in the season before, Hansi Flick's first season, we had a partnership, Inigo Martinez and Pau Cubarsi. It was not the most fanciest of fancy defensive partnership, but I'll tell you guys this. That partnership of Cubarsi and Inigo Martinez was the best partnership that we saw under the Flick era. We've seen Flick try to reshuffle it. He started to put Eric Garcia and Kobashi. He put Gerard Martin and Kobashi. We've seen it all. But that partnership that he had of Kobashi and Inigo Martinez was the best. And why was it the best? Because both players complemented each other. In one side, you had Inigo Martinez, who was the experienced head, the player that had done it already, right? The player that was basically the guy that was the leader in the back against the breakout star, the future, the guy that was going to eventually be the leader to learn and learn from the experience of Inigo Martinez. That's why it was able to work. But eventually, when we decided to get rid of Inigo Martinez, that is why it was such a shock and it brought a lot of anger towards a lot of us Barca fans. Because we were looking at it and saying, we saw what we saw, and we knew how important Inigo was to Kobashi's development. And we've seen this season, when Kobashi has stepped up, he has had a lot of bozo moments, and that's not necessarily his fault. At his age, he's prone to mistakes. He's prone to making errors. And that is what how his season was under Hansi Flick this season, because he was expected to step up. When truth be told, he's still young and still needs that experience next to him. And this World Cup proved it. Watching him and Aymeric Laporte, he could do no wrong. Kobashi won the Golden Boy Award, the Best Young Player Award in the tournament. And it was a much deserved, because he was one of, if not the best defender in the entire tournament. But the big reason for that is because of a player like Aymeric Laporte, who had experience but also was a reliable partner. He could rely on a player like Laporte next to him. And when they had that defensive two, it was absolutely incredible. They were a rock throughout the World Cup. Completely stifled every single team apart from Belgium. And it's for that reason that we have to look at this Laporte potential move. I know right now there's been talks that apparently Athletic Bilbao have no interest in selling him, but if there is an opportunity, if there is a shot to bring in Aymeric Laporte, we must act. Because I'll tell you this right now, I think that if we sign Aymeric Laporte, I genuinely think we can go on a run to win the Champions League if we go out and get a striker. If we go and get a Julian Alvarez and we sign Laporte, honestly, guys, I think we will be ready for the Champions League, because I think that Laporte would be a very reliable centre back next to Cubarsi. And that partnership, whatever you think of it, that partnership will cook. So yes, I am all for Aymeric Laporte. I think that we need to go and get him. And listen, at the end of the day, Bilbao can say and do whatever they want. This player, he's in his third, I think he's now 31 or 32, right? So he's not a young defender, right? And to come to a club like Barcelona, I think he would jump at the opportunity. I mean, they were saying his agent was literally offering his services to the club, so clearly he is interested in the move. But I want this move to happen. I want this move to happen. I want to see the partnership of Kobashi and Laporte at Barcelona, because I truly believe that if that partnership, we create a partnership, it will be 10 times better than what we have with Inigo and Kobashi. But I'll let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think of the potential duo of Kobashi and Laporte? Would you guys go in and sign Laporte? Were you guys impressed with Laporte and Kobashi in the World Cup? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and have a good day, everyone. It's Barca.